Only 13 days into the new year, Harlan community was already left with not much to look forward to. 3 young lives were taken unexpectedly, and 2 of which involved motor vehicles. With today's economy the way it is, people are starting to look for employment outside of their communities. With this, a lot more people will be commuting every day. If you're like most, you can't handle the long periods in the car without looking for entertainment. That's leaving most of us looking at our cell phone or our iPods. There are so many things today that can cause drivers to become distracted and steal their attention. For years, we've listened to our parents tell us not to listen to the music too loudly or to have too many people in the car. Distracted driving is just as dangerous as drunk driving. Have you ever thought about how much time you spend in a day in a car? Mobile devices alone have changed so much in the short amount of time that we've had them. According to a study done by Wilson and Stimpson at the University of Texas, in 1995 to 2005, the fatalities from distracted driving had already increased 28%. Just 3 years later, rising from 5,000 to 6,000 in 2008. These numbers are all representing lives that were taken unexpectedly and far too soon. Atkins, the law office, stated that there are 3 different types of distracted drivers. The visual, which take their eyes off the road, the manual, which take their hands off the wheel, and the cognitive, that take their mind off of everything that they're doing. Are you a distracted driver? Which one of these would you consider yourself? Maybe you don't use your phone while you're in the car. Many drivers resort to a hands-free option. Hand-free options only allow us to do so much with our phones, however, and smartphones alone have so many applications and options that are just endless, it seems. These allow users to use GPS, to surf the net, and to also update their social networking sites. State Farm did a research explaining that all things that are done with a cell phone are only texting and while driving. They're also browsing the internet and updating their status. A new thing is checking in, so whenever they go somewhere new, they can check in, such as saying that they're in the muck or they're at the University of South Dakota. Social networking has brought friends and family closer together, but having Facebook at your fingertips is not always an advantage. From 2000 to 2008, cell phone prescribers had tripled already, said Wilson and Stimpson. Cell phone use is becoming dangerous regardless of the car is moving or not. The distraction of a cell phone is among the longest distraction of any of the previous distractions I've mentioned. What exactly is a distracted driver, you might ask? It's a driver who is temporarily focused on a person, an object, a task, or an event not related to driving. This might reduce their awareness, make decision-making more difficult, and their performance not as accurate. Such as, for instance, you might overcorrect. But again, it's not only texting or on your phone that is going on. There's many things that are just causing drivers to become distracted today. With the gas prices going up like they are, travel is still going to remain, and people will continue to fill the roads. Hopefully, we'll be able to find new ways to keep ourselves interested on what we're doing. The Workers' Comp blog posted that recently cell phone among employers is becoming prohibited. Those who commute for a living, such as occupational drivers, use communication on a CB device. Oftentimes, they even wait until they're no longer driving to call their bosses and check in. 28% of drivers use Bluetooth or hands-free options. 72% admit to using cell phones. And 61% of all drivers admit that using their cell phone is unsafe. However, they still do it. You might find yourself thinking you won't be affected by distracted driving. However, families all over the world are losing loved ones due to distracted and drunk driving. You yourself can be the change in the world that you want to see. I am from Harlan community, and this is something that has hit home with us very strongly. A lot of us never thought that this is something that could happen. We lost Nikki Johnston to distracted driving. She was reading a text message on her way onto the interstate, and she overcorrected and crossed the median and got hit by a semi head-on. She is just the first of many examples that we could use today for distracted driving. Many of us in Harlan community are now starting to reach out to our friends and our family all around to try to get them to focus exactly on the road and to take the cell phone out of their hands for the short time that they're traveling. Thank you.